Would you ever do a podcast with your ex?
I don't have any exes.
Oh,
Have you heard of the Ned Fulmer podcast?
the Try Guy cheater drama. Speaking of like business and friends, I just feel like
Should we kiss?
huh? These people are not your friends.
Except you and me. That doesn't... Right?
Right. Right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the one and only Sweet and Sour podcast. We are finally back in normal circumstances. I'm healthy.
Not normal.
Oh. What do you
Not
mean?
normal.
What do you mean not normal?
Look at my hair. I'm hideous.
One, you could never be hideous, even bald-headed. I would like to see that.
What are you thinking about bald people, huh? That's weird.
No, I'm just saying, like, even if you had no
Ludwig
hair.
sometimes listens to this.
Ludwig, if you're listening, fuck you.
Dude.
I actually haven't seen him in so long. I miss
just
everybody.
saw him at Camp Peak.
Mhm.
I was there.
How was it? I wanted to swing by, but I feel like it was kind of far out.
Big
now.
Bear?
Yeah, I'm not going to Big Bear.
It was really far.
Like, I watched a stream and I was like, this looks far. How was it?
It was actually really fun.
Who did you like the most and who did you hate?
Oh, my rose thorn and what was it?
Oh, my rose thorn and bud, I think.
Okay, well, first of all, let me share you my new lingo I learned at Camp Peak with all the Zoomers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm chopped.
Do not call I know you don't like your hair right now. Do not call yourself chopped, Lily
I'm
Peaches.
chopped.
Do
6'7". Do you know the 6'7" thing? The
Do
song.
you know where it comes from?
The song Doot Doot. It's a song called Doot Doot 6'7". And then by
Really? I
Skrilla
thought
or
6'7"
something.
came from nothing.
No, it's a song. It's they showed me.
Oh,
asked.
I did not know that.
A lot of 6'7" jokes.
Oh my God, you know more lingo than I do.
Chopped. A lot of people were
Oh.
saying chopped. Yeah, like it's when I hear like especially the younger guys talk, right?
Mhm.
It's that sort of yo man, you're all chopped and it's like oh yo shit man, like that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
very like half the time I think I was just sitting there watching them and listening to them like a fucking sitcom. They would talk about the weirdest like yo man, you hear about those hairless cats? Yeah, why are they so hairless? Like
Wait,
hairless,
really?
just random like young 20-something-year-old guys.
I think that's so
It's
cute.
very endearing, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
very cute.
It's like
I felt so... Yeah, go on.
they look at each other from across the room. Like, another young 20-something-year-old. They tilt their heads. One of them says 6. The other goes 7.
And they all greet...
6, 7.
They greet each other the same way, too. That you know the guy, like...
Oh, yeah. Dab me up, Lily Pichu.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
We haven't done that in
something
a
like
while.
that.
That feels nice.
Yeah, everyone was really nice, honestly. I never get to talk to, like, that side of the community.
Yeah.
So
I
I
haven't
got
seen
to
them in a
talk to a lot of, like, new people, which was really cool. And everyone was super, super, super friendly.
It looked like so much fun.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, when I tuned into the stream, your hair looked red. Right now, it looks in between purple and red.
So my hair...
Let's talk about Lily Pichu's hair.
I'll just make it really short and simple. Sometimes I like to ask Arya to do my hair.
Yes.
But I just felt bad. Like, it takes a lot of time. I'm like, I'll just go to the salon this time, right?
Mhm.
Went to the salon and they were like, oh, if you want your entire hair to match because the bleaches, like, some of it's, like, not, like,
Yeah.
you know, perfectly even. Like,
Yeah.
do you mind if we dye your hair to the darkest pink you have now? So, like, my pink was, like, uneven, right? So they're like, can we use the darkest pink of that? I said,
Mhm.
sure, because the darkest pink is still pink.
Pretty, from what I recall.
Yeah, but then
From-
it came out very, they said it'll fade, but it's very purpley purple right now, so whatever. It's okay.
Lily, I didn't want to be the one to tell you I think you got scammed.
I'm chopped. That's what I am. I'm chopped.
Chopped and cooked.
6'7".
But sometimes that happens before things are served and ate. So soon you will be eating.
Yeah, clock it.
Yes. Clock it and
8.
yes. Applause.
6, 7, 8.
8. Wait, it's all kind of coming together.
God, I can't. Like, it was very cool though. Okay, so back in our days, right?
Mhm.
When people IRL streamed.
Yeah.
It was just you and your phone.
Yep.
Kinda what
Now
extra Emily
everybody's
does.
got a guy.
Everyone
a
has
a
a camera guy.
body dub. No.
Just a camera guy.
yeah.
But
But I
then,
feel like there should be like a cool word for it. They got a guy.
They have a cameraman.
Mhm.
Everyone has a cameraman.
And sometimes even your cameraman becomes a streamer.
Yeah, and I think that's how some of them
We've
did
experienced
become
that before.
streamers too. Like, for example, we're playing like games and stuff. There's a Jenga tile. It's one area, right?
Mhm.
And can you imagine like 7, 8 streamers or people playing, and then there's like fucking camera guys like for each of those people in
That's
the
the
same
one thing that to me
area.
is a little obnoxious because it just doubles the amount of people.
Yeah.
And once you're past like 4, it becomes a
a
problem.
little bit too crowded in my
yeah.
opinion. So I wonder if there's like a, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta not film stuff, in my opinion. But I understand like everyone wants to share, and that's totally fine. I just
Yeah, I
felt
think when you're at a certain point of your streaming career, that thought doesn't even cross your mind. You're like, I'm gonna film myself taking a dump. My viewers need to know.
meanwhile, I'm like, I'm not gonna stream a single time. I'm
Meanwhile,
here for the
I didn't
vibes.
stream for 27 days for the first time in probably years.
You
27.
in this month?
Well, I streamed like 4 or 5 days ago, but before that, 27 days.
In a month?
Like,
I'm
no, just
confused.
27 days straight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
impressive. That is very impressive.
I think it's probably the opposite of impressive.
That's very impressive to me.
But for me, maybe it is impressive, but it's because I was sick, I was traveling, my brother got married, blah, 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 blah,
Fucking
blah.
sick all the time.
What I love about there being so many different social media platforms now is like you can just reach people in so many different ways. Like me and you on Kakao,
Clock it.
where I message you all the fucking time.
She doesn't even check her Kakao messages often. But
I
it's
do
okay.
forget.
I mean, I try to like juggle between like Kakao and iMessage now, but it's all good. Oh, and I bought Temmie.
You bought Temmie?
I brought Temmie to
Oh.
Camp Peak.
I was like, I thought you did that a few years ago.
It was remember the whole streamer game thing, you know?
Oh
It was
yeah, where
so
she stole
funny.
the shell.
Because Yugi kept looking at her and she's like, yo, that's the cheater dog. And kept calling her Yum Yum. It was so endearing. I don't know. I let him, I'm like, okay.
So cute.
And Jason,
Yum, yum.
the
Yeah.
weenie, Jason
Yeah.
goes up to her, he's like, I'm gonna eat you. He keeps saying that. He's like, I'm gonna put you in the oven. I'm gonna warm you in the oven.
Jason.
I'm like, that's a very
Jason.
Jason thing.
The Ween, if you're listening, please, please eat Binky instead.
Whoa. We gotta cut this narrative. I love Binky too. I just didn't bring him because those 2 dogs is way too hard to
Stop
travel
trying
with.
to sugarcoat it. We all know how you really.
Did Swift and Temmie become friends? No.
Oh.
Swift and Temmie, we actually
Yeah.
put them together. Swift starts growling.
I feel like those are complete opposites.
Temmie
Opposite ends
starts
of the
growling.
personality spectrum. Temmie was growling?
Yeah, they both growled at each other. They
I
don't,
thought
they
at
don't fuck
least
with each other.
Temmie would, you know.
No, Temmie doesn't like dogs. Temmie likes people.
Oh.
But otherwise, she was a
people love
huge
Temmie.
hit. Everyone loved her. It was really cute. I'm glad I brought her.
I'm glad you did too.
How was your trip?
My trip to New York was interesting.
Why was it interesting?
I booked this apartment hotel thing, and it was in all of my years of booking things, at least 10 years of booking things, the one time that I felt genuinely catfished. Like the photos looked nothing like the
Did they use a
place.
fisheye zoom lens or something? Or
No, no,
what?
no. It was a different version of that apartment.
Oh my God.
Even the bathroom that they took a photo of, which I was very excited to film in, we got completely different bathroom sizes and sinks and everything. Like, of course, there are different like models maybe
Yeah.
of the same room-ish, but this was a particular room that had like 2 attached beds and a living room. So I'm like, you'd anticipate that you're booking the same one, not a version of it. But secondly, girl, it was just so
You got
different.
hotel room
And
fished.
it was kind of funny because the whole place was giving haunted. Like it just looked eerie. And when you open the door, it like hilariously goes.
That was a good door opening, SFX.
Thank you so
Wait,
much.
oh my
Thank you
God, it's
so
almost
much.
Halloween.
We'll get there. And the best part is after the creaky door, you don't open to like the hotel room or apartment. You open to a very narrow hallway that goes straight and then to an angle. When I tell you it looks like you're about to go have your kidneys harvest, like it's frightening. And then I go and I had to deal with that, bless her heart, and try to figure out. Well, I ended up getting another spot for me and Janet, and thank God I got refunded for the rest of my nights, but it was really. Have you ever gone somewhere? And listen, I can stay anywhere. If there's a bed and a fucking floor, I'm gonna be fine. When you pay like thousands expecting a place and you get something that's the full opposite, you know, you're a little taken aback, 1, but 2, have you ever been somewhere and you're like, I have a bad feeling. Like I think someone died right there. You know when you just feel Have you ever?
No,
Really?
no.
Lily has no heart. Don't worry, guys. She doesn't feel those kinds of things. Well, to be fair, it was probably my first time ever staying somewhere, and I'm like, I think bad things happen here. Feng shui's all off. The energy's giving me the heebie-jeebies, but it was fine. Aside from that, New York Fashion Week was fun. And I do anticipate a return. I love the East Coast. I just feel at home there. I really do.
love the East Coast too. Every
Real-
time I go back.
Wait, so do you want to go maybe for a little bit? Would you maybe visit your parents in a month or two and film a podcast out there? That could be fun, no?
New Jersey?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to New Jersey, but
I-
I'll go with you for a day.
Come to New Jersey.
Well, like I'll go to New York and then I'll swing by New Jersey
you
for
can
a
stay
day.
in my room. My old, not my old room, the
That's
guest
kind of
room.
cute, actually.
Share a bed where the bed's fucking high.
That's really cute.
My mom bought a bed. I don't know why she bought this bed. When you think of a room, right? The
Mhm.
ceiling height, the bed takes up half of that. It's high. Like I feel like I'm
Interesting.
climbing a mountain getting on that bed.
Are
Like,
you not scared the ceiling is gonna like?
it just feels weird. And then every night when I turn off the light, there's a Star Wars nightlight. I don't know how to turn it off.
That's actually cute.
No, it's fucking troll. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm trying to switch to Star Wars. Anyway, you
Fascinating.
can experience that
I'm gonna
if
tell
you come
you.
with me.
I'm gonna tell you the dates I plan to go.
Okay.
If you're down to go for a couple days,
Is it October or November?
I'll tell you later. I'm
Alright.
trying to keep it up in the air publicly.
Okay. No problem.
Let's see what else. Oh yes, I interviewed ATEEZ. They were some of the most personable dudes I'd ever met. Like, you know, anytime one, you're making content with someone for the first time, but two, they're a celebrity, like you just don't know what you're gonna get. They're so funny, so entertaining. I'm really happy with how the video turned out, even though it took a minute to finish.
I'm Pokimane. I talk with ATEEZ. I get to talk with Kata.
I do feel very lucky in that regard.
I'm
and
so lucky.
I hope for more. Everybody pray for me, manifest. God bless.
I want to
Amen.
talk to Cat Sawa.
You know what? Me too.
Because you're biased at Cat Sawa. I like all of
I
them.
think it's the same. It's so
They're
hard
all
to pick.
so cool.
But I think that's what makes Cat's Eye so cool. Like everyone's so individual.
Everyone's
That's-
individual.
Man, the way that was like my vision for OTV. I'm like, everyone has to be different and, have
And
their own
everyone's just
character.
Asian, and that's why she left.
Yeah, everyone was Asian. Everyone. Anyways, have you heard of the Ned Fulmer podcast?
Mm-mm. No idea who that is.
Oh, girl, let's go down a rabbit hole. You definitely know who that is. He is the only ex-Try guy.
Okay, so I'm not too familiar with Try.
Okay, do you know the
Oh,
Try?
the
Yes.
Try Guy cheater drama.
Cheater
and
Try
you
Guy.
know how I feel about cheaters.
Yeah, why are you
Forgive
looking
and
at me,
forget
man? I didn't put it on the list of topics.
Clock it.
But do you recall what happened?
He cheated on her.
So,
With someone younger? Dude.
few details. One, apparently, his personality publicly was essentially loving his wife. Like his wife was his personality.
I remember this. Yes.
One.
Holy shit.
Or like his brand, let's say. Two, he did cheat, I believe, with someone younger. But three, she worked at the company under him. And
Brazen,
four,
huh?
they also cheated in public.
Wow. And yeah, okay, I remember. Okay, I do
Yep.
remember this.
Yep.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
so I'm assuming he did a podcast with his
So,
ex?
after 3 years, he's back on the internet, and the first episode of his podcast is with
His ex?
his wife. Okay. Here was my confusion. I thought they stayed together, but she said ex-wife. Could we get some clarity?
Yeah, so a lot of people thought they were together, but it turns out they have been separated for a while.
Bro, that was my idea.
Period.
Fuck.
Here's the thing. We could still do it, and I think we'll do it better. I think me and many, many, many others were initially put off by this idea and the clips that I saw and everything because I thought they were still together. But now that I know that they're not, I'm like, oh, phew. Now it's a lot less weird, and it actually kind of makes sense.
I see. Wait, so why? How was it though? Like, how did it go? Like,
Girl, it was fucking awkward. It was really...
the vibes were off?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just her saying she really, really, really doesn't forgive him, understandably so. them, I guess, talking about like trying to co-parent. Mind you, I have not seen the full podcast, so I'd love to hear from Alvia or anyone who has. I just watch clips on TikTok. But it's a little bit odd because they're not doing this from the perspective of like, it seems like they've both gone through this thing together and understand and like feel okay being around each other. You sense the tension and the dynamic feels weird. And he looks and sounds like a dog with his tail tucked behind his legs. And she, I think, to me, it kind of felt like she was coming from the perspective of someone who has been kind of shamed and ridiculed publicly. And this feels like likely her only opportunity to be like, just so you guys know, I'm really not okay with what happened. And even though it was 3 years ago, and I'm not saying like she should be more over it or something, to me, it kind of felt like the accumulate. What's that word again?
Accumulation?
That's what I was gonna say, but it just
Oh,
didn't
wait,
sound
yeah.
right.
Accumulate to
The accumulation.
it culminated into
It just felt like the culmination.
culmination.
Is that not it? Whatever. Of all of the stuff she went through,
Yeah, culmination.
let's go. Like all the pain and resentment she had for him, and then kind of like letting that out publicly.
So it's cathartic.
Um,
Now cathartic.
I hope it was cathartic for her.
Interesting. Wow.
But I will say it was like a little uncomfortable to see clips of. It just gives you this uneasy
Yeah.
feeling. Understandably so. It's a tough topic, but
I'd
love to hear your thoughts, and
yeah.
I'd love to get more information from staff. Go
I
ahead.
feel like things like that work if both people are like moved on, and I think that could make a fire podcast. Wink,
I
wink.
think so too.
If you're so past it that you can reflect maturely and there's no tension, no hard feelings, I think it's a cool concept, honestly, to see two people who have moved on. But if there's still tension, I can't even imagine what that must be like listening to it. Would you ever do a podcast with your ex? Like if you've fully moved on, like is that something you would ever do?
I would like to put on the record that I don't have any exes.
Oh,
Okay, if a man ever claims to have known me, he's lying.
I like that.
I don't know him, and I don't know who you're talking about, period. Him, they, that plural, singular, I don't know any of them. How about you?
I don't really. I'd be down.
I think because I know you so well, I know for you, I mean, I feel like the podcast that you would do with an ex would be a lot more comfortable and entertaining and enjoyable to watch from an audience's perspective.
It'd be chill.
This felt like watching two people in the middle of a breakup.
Oof.
You know, she's like, I fucking hate this about you and fuck you. And I'm not saying she shouldn't. I'm not saying she shouldn't.
Oof, I see.
I also, to be completely honest with you, I got the impression that he primarily did this because he felt like from a PR or public or optics perspective, it wouldn't be acceptable for him to come back to the internet, start making content again,
Without, like-
unless this was like the first episode or unless it was addressed in a manner that was nice to the wife, if that makes sense. That was really the impression I got. It wasn't like, oh, he's coming to this, he has an opinion, I'm not saying he doesn't have an opinion or hasn't reflected. Again, I haven't watched the full thing, but from the
Yeah.
clips I saw, it almost was like just watching someone publicly be punished in a way.
Humiliated.
Yeah, it was odd.
It seems that people are very like. I mean, they're obviously for Ariel, but like, he doesn't. He just looks a little, not pathetic, but you know what I mean, like very weak.
That's what I mean. In a way, I'm kind of just like, what was the purpose of this aside from like trying to exonerate yourself to an extent that you feel comfortable posting online again? But I also feel like it just does quite a fair bit of damage in the same breath. I don't know.
Yeah, people are not nice. I'm reading like some, reactions.
If I was him, I wouldn't have done this unless it felt like his relationship with her was in a good enough spot to publicize, to be honest.
So, wait, his thing was that he's a loving husband, and he cheats on her with head of HR
Mhm.
under his company.
Company. Mhm.
Dude, dude, like,
Mhm.
what? Like, such bad decisions.
Mm.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's just baffling. Like,
I
I
agree
don't
with you.
like in your own
You know
company.
that saying?
What?
Reality is oftentimes stranger than fiction.
Oh my god, reminds me of the fucking what was that? The CEO and the
Same.
they're like doing
I'm like,
so
the
brazen.
audacity to be doing this in
Right?
public. The
Holy
gall.
crap.
The gall.
Holy crap.
TwitchCon. Are we not going anymore? Are we still
I
going?
have an artist alley booth, but we have
Oh
all the
shit.
stuff.
So you're
I
like
think
really
it's like
going.
I have to go, and
Okay.
I might cancel my meet and greet. I haven't told them yet, but I might do that because I think a lot of people are not,
In the
this
mood.
state of I'm just not in the mood to meet people lately.
Fair enough.
I heard Ray and Cutie are not going, and they
Mhm.
canceled their.
When Ray told me that, that's actually what
You messaged me after,
yeah, it
and then
concerned me enough to be like, should we be concerned? They're concerned?
we were gonna do like a not
In
public, but
person
like an in person, but we decided not to do it
podcast,
either.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's just kind of freaky, scary these
I
days.
completely agree, and it's a tough situation where classic case of like one bad apple
But that's
ruins
all
the
it
bunch.
takes.
I
That's
know.
all it takes.
And it always makes me think back to Christina Grimmie, where it's like
Me too.
it really just takes one really bad encounter.
That's the one
You
celeb
never
death
know.
that like still like affects me. Like
Same.
she was so
Likewise.
young too, 22, 23.
Mhm.
She was just meeting her fans after a concert.
Ooh, okay. It's a really dark tale to recall, but I think it's worth recalling since we're on this topic, and especially because I recently went down this rabbit hole regarding Christina Grimmie's passing, because apparently Glimpse of Us by Joji,
Yeah,
the original writers wrote that song
for
for
Christina
her.
Grimmie. Yeah.
Yeah, which I was shocked to learn. And then that song was passed on to Joji and he rewrote it a little bit. And then it became less like it became more so about missing a romantic interest when you're with another one. But initially, the writers wrote it because they were really good friends with Christina Grimmie and simply missed her and just wanted to find a glimpse of her in everyday things. But, anyways, when I saw that, because I was initially looking up the song, and then I realized it was relating to her, and then, okay, I went down this rabbit hole where I relearned about what happened. Do you recall the story?
He was in line, right?
So she did a meet and greet, I believe, after one of her shows. And there was this like crazy Discord stalker that she had. And he was in line to meet her. And he got to the front of the line and he was acting kind of like awkward or weird. And she opened her arms up to go hug him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he shot her.
her.
Is that not the saddest, craziest
It's
thing
so
you've ever heard?
sad.
Like, it sends a shiver down my spine. Imagine how kind and selfless and sweet of a person she was to see maybe like, a stumbling, awkward fan and like to open her arms up
Just to get
to him.
shot.
Yeah. And then her brother tried to
Yeah, tackle
intervene.
him, yeah.
And even for her brother, that must have
That's
been
so
so
traumatic, dude.
traumatic. And it makes me so sad because if you guys know me, and I've been making content for years, anytime someone recognizes me or I meet a fan, like genuinely nothing makes me happier. I feel like that's what makes me feel connected to this social media stuff that we do, actually meeting you guys in person. And so I love those organic moments. But over the years, and luckily I haven't had any like crazy bad in person interactions, but I have had some weird ones. It just gets to a point where you're like,
You gotta value
sometimes
your
it's
life,
actually
man.
that too, and sometimes it's nicer to just meet people organically than like organized meetings where if
They
someone
know you're gonna be
bad
there. Yeah.
did want to know where you were, they would know.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel my.
Sorry, I don't mean to scare you. And again, TwitchCon does tend to be that's not what you think it is. TwitchCon does tend to be really safe, and I think they have security. I think they have metal detectors, etc. Um, but honestly, the other time, sorry, but you just never know for sure. And if you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel comfortable. And I think that's how Cutie, Ray, you and I sort of all feel right now. the other time that I sort of felt this way was when I had been really outspoken against gambling on Twitch. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it turned into this huge fiasco online, which I did not think it would. And in a way, I didn't even care that
Honey-
much. I was just expressing my opinion. But the amount of vitriol and harassment that I was getting at that time, I don't think I explicitly said this at the time, but that was the reason I didn't go to TwitchCon either. Because it was like in that
Because
same
she
month or
said
two.
gambling is bad and shouldn't be on Twitch, by the way.
Crypto gambling should not be
Crypto gambling
advertised on
should not be
Twitch
advertised.
in particular. And dude, no, like it scared me. The kinds of things that people were sending me
No,
on
I
Twitter
bet you. I
scared me so much. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable putting myself in a position where people can find me.
I feel like that is encouraged on Twitter, especially now. Like now more than ever, too. I see so much like violence and just
Yeah.
ugliness.
Mhm.
Just so much. Like you fucking posted a
It's
picture of
so
yourself with on
unregulated.
your fucking brother's wedding and that girl. Like
Girl.
so many things. I feel like it's just so encouraged. You know,
kooky
it's
bean.
crazy. Like what are you doing? Like all you said was crypto gambling's bad, guys, and
Yep.
how can we make this about Pokimane's a bitch? How can we twist this in a way that makes her evil? Like I swear to God, that's like some people's full-time jobs. Like she'll post anything. How can we spin this around so Pokimane is the bad guy here? Every time I think about like the shit she gets,
You're
my
so
brain like
cute.
fucking
I
explodes.
feel like
I
this is like my
cannot.
biggest defender. She's just
No,
going
it's just
on
so
a
fucking stupid.
I
But
love it.
but when you do that, you also like drown
Girl,
out
don't worry about me,
legitimate
Yusha.
criticism if there even is any.
That's true. And I'm
Like
girl, there's legitimate criticism for everyone,
Everyone.
including myself.
But
when it's just
Pokimane
like,
is a
how
bitch
dare you post the
isn't the
photo of the back of your girl?
Sorry,
Anyways.
it's just so fucking annoying. Like I think people are just naturally just some people are just hateful like that. Like there was a clip
Yeah.
of me, for example, and then all immediately. Oh no, hold on. There was a picture of me and like fan Emily, like just three of us. They're like, oh yeah, these three ugly, worthless, like fucking streamer girl. Like they don't do anything. It's just like immediate assumption about because you're a girl and you do
Sometimes
influence.
I see
like,
comments like that. I'm like, are you okay?
Are you like
Is
seriously?
this a
Are you
real
okay?
human being?
Why do you hate women that much? I don't know.
Why is imagine seeing three beautiful, young, pretty girls hanging out, minding their business, and that's your first thought, just like derailing into this. I don't know if it's crazy to say, but like sometimes I feel like there is like a Twitter induced, I don't want to say like schizophrenia, but like mental disassociation of sorts. Like some of those people are sick.
It's certainly more hateful nowadays, but
And
it's okay.
I hate
mean,
to
what are you gonna do?
also bring this up, but yeah, evidently this all also relates to the recent, I don't even know what, I hate saying like death, shooting, all such sad words of Charlie Kirk, which is just another reminder of how unsafe it can be to be a public figure and to have people be able to readily find you. You're always gonna have people who don't like you.
Yeah, but most people, if you don't like someone, you turn it off and then you move on to something else.
Mhm.
Like,
And
you
most
don't-
people don't have maybe
Oh, you want to dive
access
into
to
gun
certain-
ownership in America?
No, not really, because I'm Canadian, so sometimes I hear about the gun ownership issues and I'm like, what's going on here? Wait, why do we need snipers?
Wait.
I also don't think gun ownership, like I think it deserves a nuanced approach.
Oh, I agree with
Evidently,
that.
I'm not like, no guns ever, forever, all the time.
But it is
of course,
funny you mentioned
regulation.
that
you
you're
know,
Canadian
yeah.
because on Twitter I saw this such a funny exchange. There was someone arguing like, "Yo, what the fuck is America's blah blah blah." Like they were like very outspoken, and then some Twitter person replied like, "Oh my god, fuck you. If you don't like it, get out of our country." And they're like, "I'm Canadian." It's always the Canadians that are like.
Girl, exactly.
It's so funny because they have no rebuttal. Like I got no stake in your country. Like I'm not even not in
don't
your
give a
country.
fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying what I want to think, right?
It's interesting that is always the immediate
Get out of our country.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually once tweeted something which I swiftly deleted where I got a lot of responses like that. And the odd thing is like,
What's your tweet?
I get out of the country all the time.
You're not even from America,
I'm not
bro.
from here. Not only was I not born here, didn't grow up here, like, and I leave often.
She does. She travels a lot. So when you say get out of the country, she
Like,
does.
what do
Probably
you
more than you.
Go back to where you're from. Oh, I mean, that sounds like a nice vacation.
It's funny.
It really is.
Yeah, no, that argument, it's very weak, you know? Like, obviously, if you care about something, you want to stay and help make it better. Like, just
Mhm.
saying, get out, doesn't really.
You know, you would
But
think
what
that
would I
Twitter
know?
is, like, conducive to discourse, but it's actually just conducive to people almost, like, reflexively regurgitating the last thing that they heard, or, like, it's almost like some of these people have, like, 5 go-to moves, right? Like, they have their Q, which is like, "Go back to your go back to." They have their W, "You whore, you whore, you whore," like, you know? E, and then they have an alt. You don't wanna see the alt. You don't wanna see the alt. It's crazy.
Wait, speaking of Twitter crazies makes me think of, like, dude, it's so sad. In the past, or maybe current too, like, some of our friends always had, like, these crazy Twitter people, stalkers, whatever, that,
Mhm.
the authorities will not do anything about. So it
Mhm.
just makes me, like, it's sad, you know?
I am sad that it became so unregulated because once upon a time it was so fun, and there are still a lot of fun parts to Twitter, but it's hard to engage with it when there's also so much kookiness.
Yeah.
It's almost like Twitter, like, absorbed
Monster.
4chan or something, and you're like, "Why is this here?" Yeah. I've had to connect so many of my female friends with, like, cybersecurity help because people just have, like, deep fakes of them made and circulated all the time, like,
That's so weird.
stalkers are just posting the kookiest stuff, their address or their old addresses or whatever, and it's like, "Alright." Yeah. Anyway, so
Um, yeah, anyways.
anyway, so
I have some money friend topics.
Oh, yeah?
You ever, like, lend a friend money? Or, like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. That was a
Yeah.
strong guttural yeah.
Go on.
But then it's like if you lend a friend money,
Mhm.
you can't expect it back, I guess?
Isn't that, like, the point of lending? That's different than giving. I'd be giving people money too.
You do give money.
Lending is different than giving.
Yeah, but when you give it to friends, it's kind of like, you know the saying, like, you just don't expect it back if you give money to friends or
I
family.
agree and I disagree.
Okay.
I agree that if you put yourself in a situation where you're lending someone money, you should expect not expect, you should anticipate the worst case scenario where you don't get any of it back,
Yeah.
in the sense that you shouldn't put yourself in a financially
Yeah.
complicated
Agreed.
situation due to
Agreed.
it.
Agreed.
However, if I am friends with this person, yes, I do expect if we were to continue and uphold a friendship that they pay me back because I feel like otherwise there's no real trust in that friendship.
Yeah.
What do you
No,
think?
I agree with you, but life doesn't happen that way most of the time, I find. You just
I feel
you
like you're
lend money
thinking about
and
something
you
in particular, Miss Pichu?
I mean, there's been patting up moments in my life in the past where I'll lend you this money
Mhm.
with the expectation that, I get paid back.
Mhm.
But then, like, people forget and time goes on and you're like, and
Do
you
you
just
ask?
write it off, right?
Do you ask?
Well, I mean, like, I'll ask like once or twice and I'm not gonna like, where's my money every week, you know?
Like a drug dealer.
Yeah, like, give me
I
my
like
money.
that. Drug dealer. I
So-
agree. I think after like 2, 3
Yeah,
times, the
just no,
onus
there's
is
no point.
100% on the other
There's no
person to be
point.
paying you back.
But I feel like overall, I'm okay with giving money in like other ways. Like
Mhm. What
if
do you mean?
everyone's eating together and you foot the
Oh, I
bill.
love
You do that
that.
a lot. Poki
Yeah.
does do that a
I
lot.
love doing
Yeah.
that.
What's on your phone?
As you're talking, I'm trying to look up some receipts. Keep going.
Ooh.
Keep telling us
Ooh,
stories.
ooh, ooh.
So, do you want to elaborate on what happened with this person?
It was a long time ago. I know other people actually. Stories from other friends who have
Mhm.
lent their friends like a lot of money, right?
Mhm.
Just nothing back. Or like they owe a lot of money,
Mhm.
but nothing back. Like I know a friend who like um for like years they didn't get this money where they had like a car, they lent a car to someone and then they crashed the car, but then so they owed money to the friend who let the friend borrow the car. It was a
Mhm.
lot of money and it was like
Mhm.
years and years of like nothing, like, but that's not really a friend thing, I guess. I don't know.
I recall
Oh,
that.
you know that story, yeah?
It was a lot, a lot, a lot. No?
Yeah, it was a lot. I also hear from other people like, oh, I lent this amount to this person, but nothing back. And just like the common thing I'm learning is there are a lot of instances where you must anticipate that you will not get your money back. Which is on, I try to frame it like, okay, they must have really needed it, you know?
If someone doesn't pay you back, that's not okay, Lily.
Yeah, but maybe they really need it. I'm like, okay.
How close have you gotten to confronting someone about it?
I don't think I confront that heavily. Like, I'll just let it go. At the end of the day, I just
Mhm.
say, maybe you need it. Let's just move on. And just be more careful with lending in the future, Yeah.
Do you remain friends with these people? Do you feel like your friendship changes after they don't give you the money back?
I definitely like lose a bit of trust. Like
Mhm.
I definitely like I'm like I probably won't lend you money like that again. And that's fine. Other than that, let's just move on. C'est la vie. What are you gonna do?
I
I'm
think that's
not a
very
drug
sweet
dealer,
of you,
man. I'm not
but
gonna knock on your door and be like, yo, where's my money? Give me my money. I just feel weird.
I am looking up DMs between me and a content creator who
Ooh, I think I know this.
you probably do,
Oh,
who asked me and many, many, many others for a lot of money.
oh yeah, I remember this.
Okay, let me explain a few things. For starters, when I first met them, they were a very, very large content creator. And the weekend that I met them, and it was like an event, convention type beat, and he would flex how much he was making. He's like, "Oh, like just for this appearance or just for hosting this thing, I'm making like $300,000, blah, 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 blah." And again, I didn't even know him like that. So I'm like, damn, his pockets must be so deep, right? And then maybe, okay, there's a really, really weird side thing that happened where he had a conflict with someone else. And long story short, through that, I was a witness to it. And I basically found out kind of that he could lie about things very easily. He starts DMing me a lot and starts telling me that he needs money because tax issues. So
Yeah.
I think that this was someone who ended up making a lot of money but didn't manage it the best and then owed the IRS like a lot. If you give me a couple minutes, I can maybe find the original texts, but at some point he like asks me for maybe a couple thousand or something and I say yes. Maybe a couple more and I'm like, okay. And he kept promising me the money back, but he never repaid me. So when he kept asking me for more, I was like, maybe if you paid me back to other times. And then he would try to offer me different things for me to give him money. Once he even sent me like what was supposed to be like a persuasive and loving video because he also made like YouTube videos. So he like edited this thing to like convince me to give him money. Right?
It's really funny.
That's odd, right? Anyways, once that didn't stop working, sorry, once that stopped working and I was like, listen, I've already given you, I don't remember the exact numbers. Maybe it was between like 2 to 8K, sorry, 2 to 10,000. I was like maybe in the future I can lend you more, but you keep saying, hey, I'm gonna make these videos and I'm gonna pay you back. But you haven't been doing it. So once that stopped working, he said, can I ask you for a favor that requires no money? But if you can do it, it will quite literally pull me out of debt completely. Every last penny. All I need is for you to hear me out because this could be super duper easy. I'm actually not sure. I said, what is it? He goes, okay. Is there anyone you know that can help me get an account verified? Because if I help this game dev get verified, he's going to give me potentially $200,000, which will go to paying off my debts. I said, LMAO, what? Listen, one, why do you think I can get someone verified? I don't fucking work at Twitter.
She's Pokemon.
Two, someone's paying you $200,000 to get verified? Three, where's my cut if that were to occur? Anyways, I literally say, LMAO, what? He goes, LOL, I know. I almost just said their name. I said, how much debt are you in right now? They said, maybe around 25,000 to people and 75 to the IRS, but I've been paying monthly for a few years now, so this would abolish both. I'm like, so you're just trying to make 100K? You're not even offering me? So like off the top, whatever. Guys, I have not reread these messages in years, so low-key, I'm like, this is kind of hilarious because I'm a little, I am very upfront. I'll say that much.
And we love that about you.
Want to read my fucking response?
Bro, just work on your craft and get the money back slowly. I ain't Twitter. I can't verify shit. And then he says, darn. And then she says, but I don't recommend trying to get rich quick schemes. Don't trust someone who's giving 200K to get verified.
Clearly. Okay, pass. See?
Ooh.
Anyways, oh fuck, it scrolled up. But literally, as I told you guys, I said to him, I was like, I'm not Twitter. I can't do shit. And this is someone, again, who like has a big following online. I'm like, just work. Like you can pay off all of this money. But I think that wasn't really the issue here, if you know what I mean. I said, yeah, I ain't Twitter. I can't verify shit, but I don't recommend trying to do get rich quick schemes. Like, also, who the hell is gonna pay $200,000 to get verified? They're gonna get
Nah.
verified and be like, got him. Anyways, I think that's basically it. He never paid me back, but at least I didn't lose like more money to him, you know? It was just the initial. And as he kept asking for stuff, and it's especially tough because it's always like, you can save me. You can make such a difference. Like he really knows how to make people feel good about themselves.
She said, nah.
Crazy. Anyways,
Sometimes, you've been doing content creation for so long. You see people come and go all the time. And I remember certain names, like how big, how popular, influential, wealthy, or whatever someone used to be.
Mhm.
And then, then I see
stuff like
stuff
that.
like that, which is...
Did you know who it was already?
Yeah, I remember this. You told me about this, yeah.
I heard through other people too that he was asking a lot of people
A
for
lot of
money.
people just for money, yeah.
Yeah. He's not the only one. I think I've come across maybe like 3 creators throughout my time that ended up doing that in like different crowds. I think between friends, luckily I haven't really had like really good friends. Not many of my friends have asked me for money.
But you can bet if I ever need money, I will knock on her DMs.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, if you need money, like, I would just let you like live with me. You can have my bank account.
Oh
I
my
don't care.
God.
I wouldn't even like loan. I
That's a
wouldn't
good
like loan to you. I
safety
don't like
net.
that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna gamble it all now.
I really do feel like, especially depending on where you live, if you don't feel like you can entirely trust your government to take care of you, I feel like you need to kind of create these like socialist circles where it's like, you got me.
I got you.
Me. Yeah, right. Like just in case.
I do that
I feel
a
like that's the
lot.
best you can
I
do.
always talk to Ludwig. I'm always tell him, hey, if I ever want to quit everything and
Guys,
just
it's so
stop.
true. Sometimes Lily will be texting me and she'll be having some sort of crisis. She'll be like, I just messaged Ludwig and asked if I could get a job. And like, I think that's so cute, but I'm like,
No.
I wasn't your first choice, you bitch.
Well, it's because like he has a job available.
That's true. He
at
does have a full-on
Off-Brand.
company.
Yes,
Very,
and
very
that's
true,
why I
very
was
true,
like,
very
oh, you have a company. Can I work for your company? I'm like I can be competent, and he's like, you don't even need to be competent. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, you can play piano for me when I'm starting my stream.
Ludwig would be lucky to hire you, I'll tell you that much.
He seems pretty chill.
I have had a couple issues, like doing work-related things with friends. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And let me preface, when I say that, I mean employing people that are not in this sphere. I don't mean streamer friends. Like, if I met you through streaming, our relationship is already to some degree business. But I mean people who like I was just friends with before, but then I'm like, oh, maybe this opportunity comes along. I
Yeah,
want them
and you
to
want to
make
give your
money,
friends
whatever.
a job.
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand that. I've done it.
There have been some instances where like I know someone kind of needs money, so I just overpay them to the extreme, which I don't mind at all. To me, it's almost like a loophole. Like I get to give you money, and like that's legal. But unfortunately, in most, if not every one of those instances, I am not too happy. I don't want to say I'm not happy with the work. I'm not happy with the level of effort. Like, I know whatever work comes out of a project isn't always going to be what you expect. But at the very least, if I'm friends with someone, if we have some level of understanding, if also I'm trying so hard to frankly overpay them for something, um, at the very least, I just wanna feel like they're really trying.
I think
Yes.
it's like a wow. So like it should be that, oh, you gave someone this really good opportunity
Mhm.
because they're your friend and you are overpaying them. They should, I feel like they should also work hard to, like, be like, oh, really
Or at
grateful.
least try, yeah.
Exactly. But I feel like oftentimes it goes the opposite way.
Where they
Where
take
they
it for
just like
granted.
take, oh, she's a friend. Like, she'll understand. Like, it goes opposite. And I've been through that too, where I'm like,
Yeah, I think I kind of learned, like, sometimes in an effort to be nice, you end up presenting yourself as someone who's easy to take advantage of, even if people aren't actively and intentionally
they,
thinking,
yeah,
"Let me take advantage." They're
exactly.
like, "Oh, she's being easygoing, so
Nobody,
if I don't put that much
yeah.
effort, she'll still be easygoing." But
Nobody,
it's
like,
like,
is like, "I'm gonna take advantage of someone." Like,
Yeah,
nobody really thinks that. They
yeah.
don't, I think oftentimes you don't even realize, ah, my leg
Like, I think
cracked.
I told you I ended up in this situation of sorts, where I was paying someone monthly to help me, and then I didn't really need their help for a specific month. So,
Mm,
my team, like, decided, "Okay, like, we're gonna end the working relationship here." And then when we tried to communicate that to that person, because we have, like, a personal relationship, they were speaking to my manager, and they said, like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ask Poki if she can pay me for an extra month because, well, like, I have bills, and, like, that's that." And it was a little bit awkward, sort of, because, like, from a company perspective, it's like, "Well, like, we just don't need the services that we're contracting you for."
I think that's why they say don't mix business with friends for this reason.
But, if a friend is like, "Well, like, the money would be nice."
Yeah, you're not
I
gonna
also
say
kn
no to that,
exactly. So
like,
so I was
yeah.
like, "Okay, we'll just pay you for the extra month." And then basically they were managing one project, and we didn't give them any other work. And the project ended up, I mean, it's their kind of responsibility to manage, and it took a little bit longer than the month because of delays that were out of my hand, whatever was going on their end. And essentially, as soon as it passed the official month date and they like showed me it and we had to do a round of feedback, they're like, okay, I'll be charging you hourly now for that. And that kind of put me off because I was like, I didn't even need to pay you for this entire month, technically. And like the moment that we're beyond it for delays that are not my fault and in a way are kind of your responsibility since you're managing this, and you promised me a due date that was weeks ago, I need to pay more because of that too. And it just felt like, okay, I was willing to contract you for longer and pay you for longer because you're my friend. But now that I just want you to like wrap the project and it's a little bit past the retainer date, you're not willing to do that for me as a friend. And it felt kind of confusing. Do you get what I mean?
No, I understand. It's,
So,
yeah, that working with friends, I feel, is sometimes a dice roll because you have to manage like your personal relationship, but also you are paying them to do something. But when that gets really like messy and blurry, I think it's personal preference how you want to go about it?
yeah, I think what that taught me is you could be friends with someone for a very long time, but how someone does business tends to be completely different.
That's also very
Like, you
true.
would really, really be surprised.
I'll take it a step further. Let me tell you about working with family.
Wait, can I interject quickly
Okay, yeah,
just
sure,
to
go on,
wrap
sorry.
this up? Sorry.
I wasn't actually gonna.
Oh, well, you could. But, because I'm sure that has its own complications
Mhm.
too. Oh, yeah, we can hear from both ends. I was just gonna say, I spoke to my therapist about this, and they really clocked me. They basically said, like, "Oh, these people, like, that are your friends that you're really looking to help, let's say they're XYZ age or in whatever situations and they can't hold a stable job and like you're trying to be there and provide a source of income for them. You have these expectations of them when it comes to work, but don't you think if they were that competent they maybe wouldn't have wound up in that position in a way, I was like, shit. Like maybe they wouldn't really be needing your help to this extent if like they just really did good work. And I was like, oh, that's a fucking loaded question. Anyways.
I talked a little about this with Ludwig actually the past, like, because he employs his friends. And like, it's just he employs a lot of people.
He sure does, yeah.
And some of them are like, they go above and beyond. Like, they're like fucking stars. But some of them might not like quite meet the activity. Like, there's like, you know.
Yeah. Depends how someone is with business and work, truly.
Much.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting in a way.
Business makes things complicated, especially when you mix personal feelings into it. I think navigating that is just so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy.
And I feel like I just really learned, like, it's almost like someone has a personal friend face and they have a business face and they maybe have like a romantic relationships face. Like,
Dude,
people just have different
couples?
facets to them depending on the thing, yeah?
Couples that work together are fascinating to me. I'm like,
Girl,
man,
same.
how is your relationship
Wait,
intact?
actually, it's kind of like...
sorry. I completely forgot they kind of work together.
Actually, y'all seem fine, thank God.
Yeah. Like Annie, Albert, Box.
There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of couples that work together.
To be honest, I think I'm someone who, it probably would not work for me.
No.
Because I have kooky, pardon my language, anal expectations when it comes to work. I don't want to put that on my partner. Maybe in like low lift ways, like a little thing here and there. Okay, but like working with them all the time.
It's hard.
Good Lord, no.
I asked Michael, would you ever work with me? And he's like, fuck no. And I'm like, you know what? That's my answer too.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him you're going to go work for me and Ludwig.
What?
It reminds me of like, you know how sometimes you can be friends with I think more so a guy than a girl. I feel like I know my girlfriends pretty well, but sometimes like I could know a guy, but I could have no idea what he's like in a relationship. Like that could be a completely different side to him where I would be like surprised or confused, or like there's some guys like I maybe just game with. So I feel like I only know one facet of them. I could hear relationship stories about them and be like, what? And then I have to like reconcile the two. That's what I'm learning about mixing friends and business. Like if you don't know that side, it could be anything.
Speaking of like business and friends, I just feel like
should we kiss?
Huh?
We are friends who do business. Anyways, you were gonna say?
Yeah, we do business.
Yeah, we do.
Hasn't imploded yet, so
thank God. Knock on wood.
Waiting for that big one, you know, like an earthquake.
I don't anticipate it. I really don't.
There's like streamer friendships is what I consider mixing business with friendship quite often. And you know, I've talked about this before, where it took me a long time to realize, like, if you just treat it as like a purely streamer relationship, I will be much happier in the long run because I won't have expectations and they don't have expectations. Instead of like putting my personal feelings onto that, but it's a lot of that.
Who would have thunk that like streamer friends kind of aren't like your friends?
They really?
I did not. I didn't think that for a long time, and no one told me.
I thought,
guys, no one told. Can I put that on? No one told me.
These people are not your friends.
Yeah,
but you think.
Anyways.
Well, I mean, when you're younger,
except you and me. That doesn't right.
Are we?
You better say right to the camera. Right the fuck now. Right.
You know what? When people are, I forgot my train of thought.
When people are business friends, streamer.
Hold on.
It's like a sneeze.
Friendship.
They don't tell you that.
Friend. Oh yeah. So when you're younger, right, and you're like, I'm gonna play games with people for like, I don't know, 8 hours a day, and then I can't help but think we're friends, but we're not friends.
But you're so not.
Really,
you're so
it's
not.
just like people are different. You gotta hang with people off stream, stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you the truth.
Why did you sound like a
you
pastor?
Just say everything.
No, I tell
really
you the truth.
You say everything so sweet, but to me, it's like.
That's why we're sweet and sour.
I think it's mixed signals. Frequently, when you make content with someone, and like they act so hunky dory, they act like you're friends, but it's like, bitch, I didn't know we was acting. No one said cut before you cut me.
Wow, that was.
Anyways, let's move on.
One of the deepest things you've ever said. That was
Thank
pretty
you so
deep.
much. Thank you.
That was deep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Anyways, let's wrap it up with this.
Yeah, no, just took me a really long time to,
I'm glad that
friends.
No, I'm glad we both went on that journey because I really, like, at one point I hit a brick wall where I was like,
who are my friends?
Not just that, but like is everybody not friends with each other?
I think more
It's
people.
fucking weird out here.
I think more people than you realize. I think are
Yes.
just acquaintances and coworkers, which is
Like the real
fine.
friendships are actually the minority, if anything. Most people are just like,
Oh, I took that so
Where's-
wrong.
wait, what?
Nothing. I'm like, you're just friends with minorities. Like, what the fuck are you talking
We are
about?
only friends with minorities. Let's be
Is that why? Am I your DEI friend hire?
You do fall into a couple categories. Which
I'm
is
the Korean friend. I'm competing with Celine, actually.
Actually, you know what's funny? The other day, someone was talking to me, and they thought that you were Chinese. I was like, no, she's Korean. They said, isn't Chu a Chinese last
Oh,
name?
no,
I said, no, her last name's not Chu.
It's
like
quite
Pichu.
common. It's Pichu. So Pichu is not
Which I
under
thought, I
any.
just thought that was so funny.
It's actually
man.
by Nintendo, but we don't say that because they'll sue me one day.
Yup.
you know?
Okay, let's wrap it up with the SOLAS. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. You read it. I feel like you're in the mood to read.
Hello, Lily, Poki, and team.
Hey.
I'm going to practice my low voice. Love the pod. Y'all are so cute.
Love you too.
By the way, Lily, I have been watching Witch Watch, and you do a fantastic job. Really enjoying the show
Period.
and your performance.
I
Hey,
agree.
thanks. That really means a lot. I haven't gotten any single new voice role in like months, and I'm like so
She will
fucking
soon.
depressed about that. Actually,
I'm
I think about it
manifesting
every day. I was wondering how you would recommend balancing financials and friendship. I have a friend who is very bad with her money, 25F, and I'm a recent graduate with an engineering degree and have been working full-time with a decent salary for the last year, 23F. Well, look at you. This friend is pregnant and is not financially stable. Her boyfriend used to work at some dead-end job at a Dollar General. I think he might be unemployed now. She is working as a daycare preschool teacher. I have given her over $200 in the past before she became pregnant since she doesn't have much financial help from her family and I am fairly stable. I don't expect to see that money again, and that is fine. She recently messaged me saying her and her boyfriend have no money for gas. I, of course, want to help and have Venmoed her some more funds, but at what point do I stop? I worry about her. I worry about her and she is not ready for a child. I've never met the BF, but have not heard great things about him. I don't think he's helping her financially, emotionally. I'm just not sure where to go. Do I keep sending her money? As she asks, I haven't really interacted with her since I graduated over a year ago, since I now live quite a ways away, and I seem to only get messages when she needs money. That is sad. It makes me feel like a bank, or at least a sugar daddy, stuck in a young woman's body, just without the financials, lol.
I like that callback.
Yeah. Just wondering if at some point I should tell her no, and at one point I should do that. How do I do it in a way that is helpful without being hurtful? I'm a year out of college with student loans, a home loan with my partner, a dog and cat to care for. It's not like dishing out another $50 is impossible. It's just not ideal to keep doing it, and in the long run won't help her fix her financials. I, of course, I will give her money for gas so she can make it to work, but I can't support her entirely. Thanks. Keep releasing podcasts until I retire, please. Engineering is very boring sometimes, and I need good yapping to listen to. That'll be at
So
least another
cute.
35 to 40 years.
We got you.
That is such a sweet comment.
It is.
Like, that's so sweet. Well, first of all, I am sorry you feel like a bank. I know the feeling. You want to help your friend. It's
I
not like
treat her
you...
like a bank all the time.
Huh?
Huh?
What? Are you...
I'm joking, my love.
Wait.
Go on.
I am really hungry. If you could buy me food after this.
I'm down.
I'm joking.
Genuinely, I'm down.
You know that saying, you can't set yourself on fire
To keep someone else warm. Mhm.
I do think that applies here. You can't keep hurting yourself.
I will say it's so sweet.
help
Like, I can
someone
tell
else.
how much you care through this
Yeah.
message and you're really trying.
Yeah, the kindness isn't wrong,
Mhm,
but you
mhm.
do need to take care of yourself. Maybe you can help her with finding a job, or like a more
Mhm.
concrete
Like,
long-term way.
teach a man how to fish instead
Yeah.
of give him a fish. Is that the saying?
Maybe you could try that. Like, hey, is there anything I can help you out? To find a job, or to prep for your child, etc. Relationship stuff is hard to comment on because that's their relationship. You
Mhm.
don't know the ins and outs of that. What do you think? Teach a man to fish?
Yeah, I also think for your sake and for hers, it's good for you to set maybe like a mental limit of how much you're willing to give her, maybe even a month. And I think one of the best ways you can communicate this is like, hey, I care for you so much.
Yeah.
I want to help. I've been trying to help, but I have a home loan. I have student loans.
Yeah.
I need to be financially smart and budget for myself. I could maybe help you out with this much, at least for the next 3 months. And hopefully by then you can try to be set up in a way where you don't need to lean on me. Unfortunately, from my personal experience, I feel like sometimes when people ask for money and you get in the habit of saying yes, they
They'll
get in
keep
the habit of
asking. Yeah.
expecting that almost like as a source of income. And I think if you keep giving, like you feel a certain way now, but I'm sure at some point it's gonna build up and lead to resentment,
Yeah.
which is not
Your
gonna be
friendship
healthy.
will deteriorate.
hmm I will say before you have some sort of conversation with her, please keep in mind if it goes sour, it is not your fault. And I feel like you're really trying. And I think as much like as long as you're being nice and caring, it's not your fault. If someone doesn't want to be your friend or wants to stop being your friend because you don't want to give them money, as sad as it is, probably better off ending the friendship. Any
Poki has a
thoughts?
lot of experience.
Too much. I'm also like a fucking 45-year-old stuck in a sexy 29-year-old body.
Anyway, your willingness to help your friend, I think, is really, it's like really pure.
Yeah, I
I
can.
think that's really
Even just
sweet
the
and
way you're
kind of
writing
you.
this,
Yeah, it's
you are more selfless than most. I'll say that much.
yeah. And I know you say like, oh, I worry she's not ready for a child. Her boyfriend, blah blah blah. She is an adult.
Mhm.
It is her life. You
Mhm.
can be there as a friend, but
Mhm.
just be careful you're not also like burning yourself out.
Yes.
I think there is a delicate way you can go about this. I do.
Mhm.
Okay.
I hope that helps. Good luck.
And we'll probably do it for at least like I don't know, like another week of podcast. At least.
2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks.
I'm in town for 2 weeks. Oh, I think that's the end of the episode. Love you guys. We'll see you on the Patreon. If you haven't
Bye.
checked it out, we talk mad shit there.
I might talk
mad
shit.
crazy shit. It's like the podcast,
Alright.
but unfiltered.
Let's talk about
Wait,
gun
can we give them a
ownership in
teaser? What are we
America.
doing today on the Patreon?
Today we have a couple activities that we can
Oh
do.
my god, activities. So much room for them.
So no gun ownership talk on the Patreon.
You know what? We'll talk about gun ownership on the Patreon. We'll see you there.
Bye. So gun ownership.
Actually, I was gonna say,
Well, it's time to become an alt-right grifter, Pokemon.
what if the podcast blew up 10x
So Pomeranian
at
S.
the top?
You're gonna be my Discord daddy?
Or are you more the daddy? I could be a kitten too, meow.
Ooh, who should be the daddy here?